For some of those people, I've noticed you go and they like black out their faces and they like put on the sunglasses, they wear the gloves. How do you find these people? How do they trust you not to show their identity? Because basically they're exposing themselves on
Yeah.
camera to you, and you could very easily just be like, all right, guys, we got him.
Yeah.
And then like the
Definitely.
police storm in. How do you navigate that?
Well, one thing that's interesting, and you can, if you look at like Tommy G or
Yeah, I was
Brandon
curious about
Buckingham's
that.
work, is you'll see that even the most fucked up, hardened criminals with like no conscience, with like 100 bodies, they still want clout. They still want attention. That is as important to them as profit, especially in the U.S. Like when it comes to the cartel, they don't want attention. They're not trying to be on anybody's vlog. But American gangsters, you know, they rap too. They do all kinds of different shit. So the Trank brothers were like, oh shit, I'm trying to be in a Channel 5 video. You know what I mean?
So it's seen almost like a flex to be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
let's
it's
do
for
this.
sure a flex, because even if you're like covered in a shiesty and you have gloves on, your voice is distorted, you can still tell your homeboys like, look, I got 5 million views. Like motherfuckers know who I am.
Are they worried about any legal consequences? Like, is there any way that, if they blur out the face and distort the voice, it could be traced back to them?
I think that they're already taking so many risks by like importing the precursors and actually cooking Trank, that when it comes to like a YouTube channel, that's not like on the top of the ranking list for like most sketchy situations for getting caught.
Yeah. Do you ever fear for your life of being in like one of those positions where you have a guy who's like, strapped with weapons.
Yeah.
And at any moment, if he feels like he's being threatened.
I fear for my life after. Does that make sense? When I watch the footage, I think, holy shit, I could have died right there. But in the moment, I'm so focused on doing the interview that I'm like, it's going to be fine. Then I rewatch it and I'm like, dude, what if a rival drug dealer came and shot that place up? Or like, what if the cops decided to knock on the door and raid it and they decided to have a shootout with the cops? And I'm wearing plain clothes. I didn't have a suit on. They'd probably kill me too.
Do you ever have any precautions of like a bulletproof vest or like, no?
I should start though, probably.
Did you see, I think his name is Arab, and he went to Haiti and he got kidnapped by like the barbecue gang.
Arab is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw him with the Taliban recently too, in Afghanistan. He's like hanging out with the Taliban. The president of Haiti was assassinated by U.S.-backed Colombian mercenaries. And the power vacuum created in Port-au-Prince specifically allowed gangs to take control of the city. So like each neighborhood in all the Haitian major cities is controlled by a bunch of different street gangs who are competing for territory. The kind of MVP of the Haitian gang war right now is a guy named Jimmy Cherizer, aka Barbecue. Arab was on the way to interview Barbecue, and I think his fixer, which is a term for like someone who sets up an interview for money, I think the fixer got him kidnapped somehow for ransom.
And then he was basically kidnapped for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, right? Honestly, bro, I don't know if it was real.
Really?
I don't know, dude. Like, maybe.
It's good video.
I mean, look, bro, no hate on Arab, great video. However, my initial thought was like, no way.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, who knows?
Just the pacing of it. He was like, hope nothing goes wrong. And next thing you know, it's like, he's kidnapped. Like, it's pretty good marketing. And then it was paywalled too, just my thought.
It was paywalled. It almost got me too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? That's a great point. I mean, I'm just not familiar with this, like, but hearing through this, I mean, yeah, I don't see why not.
Holy shit, I got kidnapped. To learn more, go to my Patreon. I kind of did that with the Border Patrol though, so I'm not going to, be...
What did you do with them?
I got arrested by the Border Patrol. And I basically talked about my experience, and I hired a 3D graphic animator to recreate my experience in the migrant detention facility. And I paywalled that. But I paywalled that so I could pay back the Department of Homeland Security because they charged me $10,000.
Why did you do that? Was it just to document?
You saw my mom. That's the first thing she said when I got out of jail. Why did you do that?
Why did you need to specifically do that? Why couldn't you just...
Content.
I don't know, dude.
Is that about making content? But like, I feel like we have a line of like, being trafficking yourself versus talking to other people who have had their experiences, or talking to the people themselves.
A lot of those major risks, I was like on hiatus in a super depressive state. So I was already like ready to die. And so a lot of those risks that I took, I was like, you know what? If I'm going to die, I'll die in the field. I would never hop the border again like that.
Where do you think this risk-taking behavior comes from? Because you certainly put yourself in harm's way multiple times. Like, I wouldn't have the courage to, or the desire to do, I would say, even a tenth of what you do, or put myself in those situations where something could happen.
I'm trying to look back and think. I mean, I grew up writing graffiti in Seattle, climbing on freeway signs and shit. So probably some of those adrenaline impulses work to my advantage now.